Welcome, everybody, to Talladega for the Original Rebels Racing League Super Speedway Kings. My name is Josh Hall. I'm joined in the booth tonight by Alex Veith. Alex, how you doing tonight?
Oh, fantastic. Gonna crown a champion tonight. The Super Speedway King. There's always been a lot of smack talk in the Original Rebels community on who's the best plate racer, and we're about to find out who's the best plate racer tonight.
For sure, and we're looking forward to seeing who that's going to be tonight. As you can see, this is the finale tonight of the Original Rebels Super Speedway King series, and yeah, this is the best of the best right here, getting ready to show their stuff. At the top of the board, I'm not sure how you say his name. Could you help me out with that one there, Alex?
That is Todd Schott.
Shot. Perfect. Like shot glass. I like it.
Yes.
It's a good way to remember it. Well, that's how I kind of remember Sam and Zach's last name. It's like Bierstein to Twetstein. Because I know the entire last season I was pronouncing it wrong pretty much the entire time. But we got about a minute left until qualifying begins. And this is it. We got the top 32 drivers in the Super Speedway series here. I know the first race, this has been really popular, Alex, because I know the first race I tried to get in myself, and it was full before I had a chance to actually get in. So, have to see how these
Yeah,
get.
I took this 4 weeks to kind of take a break and get in, kind of collect my thoughts on my Sunday nights.
Yeah, and don't forget. Go ahead.
I wanted to race it, but at the same time, after that long, grueling season and the fighting and scratching and clawing I did to get to the round of 10, I needed a break. It was well deserved, well earned, but I'm ready to get back at it here in a couple weeks for season 3.
That's for sure. And I know, speaking of long seasons, I've been in a tight battle for the playoffs in the Xfinity Series Xfinity Series season, and that's been a long, grueling season as well. But I've enjoyed it.
The series that never ends. Thanks, Logan.
That's what it feels like. And I know he's already got the schedule out for that for next season as well. Speaking of schedules, let's take a look real quick if we can at the Rebels Truck Series. That's going to be starting up next week as these guys are getting ready to start qualifying. And we got the duels coming up on the 20th.
Yeah, that's going to be we're kind of doing another roster switcher up to getting more of the original guys you guys saw in season 1 back over to Rebels, and some big names that have been around for a while into Rebels and vice versa, kind of shuffling everybody back around. But it's kind of a good chance for us to kind of see who's who.
For sure. And that's going to be an awesome season, especially North Wilkesboro there in the playoffs, which will be fun to see. That round of 16, you got your all-star race at Auto Club, which is always a great time. But it looks like we got don't have qualifying. I was wrong about that. I apologize for that.
No,
looks
the
like
field is set off of points tonight.
Perfect. So let's take a look here at this grid. And starting on pole tonight, we've got Jamie Barkus. Outside of him, Patrick Drabick in the 07, and Josh Smith in the 47 and third, and Jason Lotridge going to round out that fourth spot.
Joaquin Meza in that 92 machine rolling out 5th. Adam Lange, 6th. Spencer Gay rolling out in that 7th spot. Brandon Wallace in that 99 machine rolling out 8th. Kyle Roberts in that 35 truck, always a sharp-looking machine. Sorry, he's in a car tonight. 9th. Josh Lokovitz rolling out 10th in the clown car.
Perfect. In the 6th row, you're going to see Charles Stevens Jr. in the 88 and Fry Hubbard in the 14. Then Jerry Wright
rolling out in that unlucky 13th spot. Charlie Elmore rolling out 14th. Tia Swink 15th. Brett Grunwald 16th. Josh Thompson 17th. Eric Burkhalter 19th. The man, the myth, the legend, taking over the unlucky 13 from myself, Mr. Garrett Kinder.
Yeah, the 20th spot, we'll see the 48 of Alan Warnecki. Then Mike Veith in the 9 car. He'll be rolling off 21st. Pop up. And then the 3 of Christian Deadman in the 22nd spot. Matt Clemmen in the 21 in 23rd. And Todd Schott in the 426th, rounding out your 24th spot.
Matt Geist, the original Rebels Racing League War Daddy, rolling out 25th. Christopher Derrick, 26th. Rich Yeoman, 27th. Mickey Isaac, 28th.
And rounding out your field, the 17 of Josh Oswald, then Mike Uribe in row 15. The Hitman Manzo in the 44, rounding out your 31st. And Gene Watkinson in the 111 will be your final qualifier for the race on points. And don't forget, we're watching the chat here on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch. I see Jacob Ellickson just said good luck, everybody. And yeah, don't forget, let us know who your favorite driver is. Let us know who you're pulling for tonight. As the pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road, and the very unique tri-oval here at Talladega, where the start-finish line is way at the other end of this tri-oval. So a long, long way that these guys have to wait to get that green flag.
They're itching and ready to go. This is the longest stretch before the green flag comes out in iRacing. Kick the tires and light the fires. We're going green flag racing at Dega, baby.
Yeah, great start by the front row. Both Jamie Barkas and Patrick Drabick right by each other, side by side, trying to get even here. Completely even into turn number 1.
It's pretty well 2x2 throughout the field. The bottom line starting to form up really well. Top line has nothing going yet. No real major momentum rolling down the backstretch. But they're still hanging tough out there.
Yeah, and I know, me personally, I'm a super speedway guy myself. I really like this new package that's on these cup cars. I know a lot of guys really hate it. But it really shows you, who can drive and who can use that side draft and who can really figure out the air on these cars, as Jamie Barkas is going to lead our first lap here.
See, I'm one of those guys that doesn't like it because I'm not a finesse guy. When it comes to plate racing, I am a brute force. I'm going to shove my bumper through your bumper, and we're going to the front, baby.
Here comes Patrick Drabick, though, on the outside, getting that great run around Jamie. He's going to take over the point.
That is bad news bears for the rest of that field because those Goat Locker boys are hooked up and ready to roll out.
That's for sure. And right now we're actually seeing two unique tracks right now. We'll take a look at the track map and you can see you've got this front group and then you've got a second group being led by, who is that there? That's Schott back there leading that second pack in the 426, Todd Schott. And then you got the 17, the 48, Josh Oswald and Alan Warnecki just kind of lost the pack, just hanging out there by themselves. I don't know if something happened to them or not, but
I mean, it's a 75 lap race. I mean, in all reality, the first 70 laps of this race they're just a formality. Yep. The real race don't start until 5 p.m.
I see Jason Lotridge trying to get something going on that high side there with a little push here. I think that's Joaquin Meza giving him the shove down the backstretch. Just not able to. No, Joaquin's on the bottom side. I'm sorry, that's the 00 of Adam Lang trying to give that high side a run. And looks like that high side is actually starting to form up pretty nicely back here.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cars, but it's still got a lot of ground to make up to get back up to challenge these guys up front.
As we're already working lap number 4 here at Talladega. And Patrick Drabick, like I said, just leading right now for the Indianapolis native.
Yeah, that top line just broke.
Yeah, looks like everybody's kind of falling in single file right now. And then we'll go back to the second group, and you can see the second group. You got 4 cars lined up real well, and then you got 4 cars that are kind of fighting for last place back here. It's Matt Geist back here, Hitman, Christopher Derrick, and Gene Watkinson just kind of sitting here running the Blue Angels diamond formation back here.
Yeah, we're about 1 car short of the old flying V from the Mighty Ducks.
Now it looks like we got a little movement here on that high side again.
Yeah, they're starting to get the wagons hooked up and ready to roll, but they got a long way to go. Long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
It's a 35 of Kyle Roberts out there on the high side. Getting a good little push by Fry Hubbard. From the experience I've had racing with these guys, Iggy Lokovitz back there in that clown car, my experience with these guys, Fry Hubbard and Kyle Roberts definitely know their way around a super speedway.
Oh yeah, they're some of the best there is when it comes to super speedway racing. Kyle Roberts is a regular in the Talladega got a pit hosted sessions you see all the time.
Oh, Mitch Qualls races. Yeah, I love those. I usually try to jump in those when I can as well. And very unique view of the track right here. And you can see that...
the Intensity Broadcasting drone cam.
Try to give you every view we can of this track here. As you can see that this group back here still kind of just running in line. They're not running horribly bad times right now. 49.88 to the leaders 49.37. So they're a little bit slower than the leaders because of that pack, but kind of holding their own back here.
Yeah, but once green flag pit stops come around here pretty shortly, that'll be irrelevant.
Now, I forgot to look, me being the bad broadcaster I am. What do these guys have a full tank tonight? Or
they have a full tank, and because I originally was going to spot for my dad, I have access to all his telemetry.
Oh, perfect.
They have roughly 40 laps of fuel left. So they might go a lap down, they might not go a lap down. It'd be real close, but by the time they go a lap down, it'll be green flag pit stop time.
Actually, looks like we've got another pack that's kind of broken apart here. Yeah, you see the 99 of Brandon Wallace leading this little group back here. That's Brandon Wallace, Garrett Kinder, Adam Lang, Josh Thompson, Matt Kleiman.
Yeah, it's one of those guys that were on that high side early that we saw kind of dissipate, and that must have had something happen there on that high side, because that's the majority of those guys that were up there up top.
Yeah, and it might be a good idea to have... Oh, it looks like Kinder's going to go around. Now, this is something as a super speedway driver that I'm very familiar with. And this is the leapfrog. And this is actually a really good way to keep your speed up. Is you get that second car just pushing on the leader of the pack until they're just about hot. Then you get that third car in line to start rolling up. And then the other car goes to the back so he can cool off. And then you always have a fresh car right there behind the leader.
Yeah, and you rotate your leader out so the leader's not burning up all his fuel. The fuel consumption is kind of similar across all four cars, or how many cars you got in that pack.
Yep.
Whether that's their plan or they dazzled us with enough malarkey that it is their plan.
Looks like the 33 is going high, and Brandon Wallace is going to tuck in behind. No, it looks like 33 is going to get back in line. So
just enough to cool it off and get another good push coming down through the trial.
Yep. So your top 9 cars right now, single file. And then you got Fry Hubbard trying to lead that high line, get something going up there. And, looks like Fry's going to duck down to the bottom. Well, it goes back to the top, so he's trying everything he can right there in that. I love that ROG Republic of Gamers car. As I am sitting fast in RGB myself, because that's all I use is Republic of Gamers, so I respect it.
It's relatively tame for now, but the storm's on the horizon.
That is for sure, as we see this battle back here, as the top line is trying to get something going here, but just not able to make anything happen. His caution is out.
Caution's out.
And not really sure for what. Do you see anything on the track that I'm missing?
I don't see any wrecked race cars.
Was that an admin thrown caution?
It was not.
going to throw up our Wreckage Rewind screen and see if I can kind of figure out what happened here. I think I may have found it.
Is the Wreckage Rewind from Coda?
No, that is we had there was a kart race, a European kart race. That in the middle.
I think I've seen it where one guy put wet tires on, and the rest didn't.
No, it just started raining right in the middle of the race. Yeah, I do not see the incident, so I do apologize for that.
See, Matt Geis has been up on the back a little bit. Matt Geis is a little tore up. Not sure from what.
Let's throw that Wreckage replay back up here as we take a look. I'm just going to rewind. I know you guys would rather watch the go-karts flying off the track than a bunch of cars going backwards here. Oh, I found it. So this is actually going to be a little bit of a bad bump here from Matt Geis on the Hitman, Phil Manzo. And gets him loose there going into the corner. You never really want to swipe across the bumper there, especially going into the corner. And sends him right around. And that's what brought out your caution. As we see, most of the cars hit pit road, if not all of them. Actually, it looks like from 7th on back came into the pits. A couple people stayed out that were kind of far back. Josh Oswald, Mickey Isaac, Christopher Derrick, Rich Yeoman.
Yeah, but is the fuel gambit really worth it? Because you're about tires at Dega are almost irrelevant. So it all comes out of the fuel strategy. If they're really banking on having another caution here pretty soon, to where they can go down and top back up and be good to the end. But I don't see this paying off.
Hit my transition so I can get the wrong thing on my screen so we could talk about a couple things. Today's a very special day for those in our military. We want to make sure that we are remembering our brothers and sisters from D-Day, June 6, 1944. Forever a rough day in world history, not just American history. So do want to salute and remember all our soldiers who took part in that on that day.
The greatest amphibious assault in this planet's history, and it will never be toppled.
Also, we want to mention the Raycob charity race that's going to be coming up on June 12th at Texas Motor Speedway. Cup cars. Be broadcasted on Rebels Racing Network, a.k.a. Intensity Broadcasting.
Intensity Broadcasting 2.
Pretty much, the Deuce. And it's open to all Original Rebel podium finishers and donations to the American Cancer Society through the league Facebook page in remembrance of Ray Cobb, who tragically lost his life to cancer last year. So if anybody wants to get involved and make some donations, feel free to hit up anybody you know who might be part of the Rebels Network or us at Intensity Broadcasting, and we can get that to the right people for you.
Yeah, well, this is headed up by the number 8 of Joey Buscemi. This is his brainchild. I think it's gonna be a good race.
Yeah. And lastly, let's not forget, Intensity Broadcasting is going to be broadcasting 7 days a week, not just with the Original Rebels, but here's the Original Rebels season coming up, and yeah, you're going to have yours truly on the call for the Outlaw trucks, and then the Rebel trucks following with Joe Wright. Monday nights, you're going to have the Street Stocks Legends. Tuesday's Dirt. Wednesday's the Open Wheel Series. I know that a lot of people are excited about that. Thursday's the throwback trucks. Friday you have the triple header of Xfinity, ARCA, and ARCA 2, and Saturday the Cup Series. So don't forget to check into, like he said, Rebels Network or Intensity 2 for some of those, as well as on Intensity itself. We'll be carrying a lot of those races, as long as they're not interfering with any other races that we have going on. So we have our iOS series that runs on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But the lights on the pace car are off. We're going to be getting back on green, and a little shakeup up front here. We got Christian Dedman, the coach, on the point here, with Eric Burkhalter on the outside. I'm sorry, I cannot say names tonight for whatever reason.
I know one thing. The first thing Coach wants to see is that 13 on his bumper.
That is for sure. As we're getting ready to go back, green flag racing here at Talladega. Green flag's back in the air. And a good jump for Coach here. Those first two rows really getting out to a bit of a lead here as they come into turns 1 and 2. Side by side Coach kind of all by himself right now. No real help coming from behind him.
Looks like the top side's formed up a little bit better than the bottom is right now.
Yeah, right now the energy's coming on that high side. You've got the 71 of Burkhalter getting a little bit of a push here from Tia Swank, and now we see Jason Lottridge getting to the back bumper of Coach, but you see that big separation still between Coach and the second place car, and that's going to really kill that energy when they get to him.
As I said a lap ago, it looks like the top side is a little bit more formed up, but that has quickly changed. In the short time it took to look at my phone and clear notification, the top side was gone.
And I talk about energy a lot because, as the super speedway guy myself, it's all about where that energy's coming from. Whether the top lane's more formed up or the bottom lanes. We see Jason Lottridge jumping up that high side with no help. So you're going to see a big shift of energy here as he's just going to get freight trained on that high side. And then those guys behind him are just going to have so much of a run. Oh, they're going to check up and pick him up instead of going around him, which is kind of surprising to me. But that's going to kill the momentum of that high lane. And now Garrett Kinder right there behind the Coach.
Yep, those two bumpers are going to be glued together until they're forcibly separated.
But now we got Lottridge again trying to head that high side. Just getting a little bit of help there from Burkhalter. Tia Swank, and who else is up there in that high side? Got the 14 of Fry Hubbard. Nope, I take that back. So 15 of Jamie Barkus up there on the high side, along with Lokovitz. And looks like the 22 is Spencer Gay. So a bunch of cars trying to get lined up on that high side. Now, a couple cars from the back of the field jumping up that high line as well. So we should see that high line really get the energy going. As you see the 111 coming off pit road. I don't know if he had a black flag he had to serve or what. That's Gene Watkinson.
Old Mean Gene, the racing machine.
And as we mentioned before, now we've got a couple distinct packs now. We see Mike Veith leading that second group back there.
Yeah, he's all by himself with Todd Shaw. Kind of waiting to either catch back up to the front pack or get swallowed by the second pack.
Yeah, you see Brandon Wallace in the backpack here. It's Brandon Wallace, Gary White, Mickey Isaac, Alan Warnecki, Adam Lang. These guys in line, and they are gaining on Mike Veith and Todd Schott pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're about to get absorbed into that pack here shortly.
Looks like Brandon Wallace.
Got that sharp-looking Napa Batteries car out. I'm not sure if that's a that's a fictional Napa car or what? That is a short looking machine.
See, Todd Schott jump up to the high side with Brandon Wallace to get around Mike Veith, and unfortunately, it looks like they're going to slide it back. Here comes Matt Geis as well on that high side, trying to make something happen, but just not really working up there right now. There's not a whole lot you can adjust in these cars right now because these guys do run a fixed setup. I know the last
Steering ratio and your force feedback.
Yeah,
I don't know about you. The way I do short or super speed is I just crank the hell out of my force feedback and wing it.
I know when we ran Talladega in the Xfinity Series, I told someone I was running 8-1 in the race, and they told me I was crazy and they didn't believe me. And they told me that there would be no way I'd even finish the race with an 8-1 steering ratio, and I finished third. So everybody's got their own feel. I know I like to run a real fast box at a super speedway. Some people don't have the comfort with that. As we look back up front here.
All I know is when you turn your force feedback up for a super speedway race and you go and try and race a short dirt track, it turns into a workout quick.
Yeah, these guys were just 3 wide back here for a second. That's Jamie Barkus, Spencer Gay, and Rich Yeoman, and they were just 3 wide by themselves, and you see how much time they lost to that front group. And something just happened on... Alex, I lost the server, it looks like.
It hasn't said you haven't dropped out yet.
Excuse me for a moment, folks. Let me get this fixed real quick.
It's pretty well tamed here. Top 1 through 5, actually 1 through 20, pretty much the single file through 16, or single file within a second of each other. The second pack is from 17th to 19th. There's a second pack, and then the third big pack is 20th through 27th. And up front it is single file with a still coach attendant. Rounded out your top 10 as we are on lap 21 of 75. Single file all the way through the field. Looks like the interstate after work on Friday at 5. Nothing real exciting going on. Bunch of bumper to bumper. Everyone's in one lane, and everyone's scared to use that fast lane because there's probably a state trooper up there. Back here in the second pack, it is Mike Veith in 20th leading it with Gary Wright is in 22nd, Mickey Isaacs in 22nd spot. As they start to break off, Mike's going to work up and thought about hopping to the high line, but nothing working there. He's going to remain on the bottom with Gary Wright in tow as Mickey Isaac and the double O of Adam Lange gonna work on the high side. These guys really need to single file back up and get this momentum rolling. This side-by-side racing is not gonna help them in any way, shape, or form. They are 2x2, 3 rows back. Matt Geis, the third man on the outside line. Mike Beath is gonna take the sole leadership on the bottom lane, washes up high. Ooh, comes off the nose of the 11. Tough break for the 9. He washed up high, coming out of the corner. Okay, just comes out of the corner a little high and ends up in the wall off the nose of the 11. Nowhere to go. Spotter didn't say nothing.
And are we still green right now?
No, we are not. Actually, we are still green. It was a one-car accident, and he stayed rolling.
Perfect. We are back live here, and I do apologize for the technical difficulties. Great radio call there from Alex Veith. As you see, the lead pack still single file.
I listen to a lot of MRN broadcasts when it goes to NBC. I'm just saying.
I'm not really quite sure what happened there. I do apologize for that, but we got it fixed. We're back racing and back live here. So thank you, all of you who stayed with us as we got that fixed up. Hope you enjoyed my technical difficulty screen. That's why we have that, because you never know what might happen with technology these days. But as you mentioned, yeah, everybody's kind of still single file all the way through the pack, pretty much all the way back. We look at Charlie Elmore and Josh Oswald, Josh Logovich, and Charlie Elmore kind of just hanging off the back of this pack right here. They're just far enough back where they're kind of sniffing the draft, but not able to really do anything. I do believe these guys are just kind of holding out for pit stops right now.
Yeah, it's pretty well single-file train for the foreseeable, probably 40 laps, I'd say.
As it looks like the entire field is all single file, just in different parts of the track. But your leader still, Christian Dedman, the coach. Coach actually called a race with me last week on Tuesday nights.
About time he got in the booth.
We had some fun up there. The iOS Cup Series took on the Daytona Road Course, which is always a fun experience.
You always just break in your new blood at road courses,
I do. Well, you had me at, what was it, Watkins Glen?
That was the Roval.
Oh, it was the Roval, that's right.
I've called more road course races than oval races than I have you.
Speaking of the Roval, that's where the Xfinity Series is heading this Friday, and let me tell you, I am not excited about it. I've been running lots of laps trying to figure it out, and not having much luck. Honestly,
I'm not that big a fan of the Roval.
You know, I like watching races there, but driving it, not so much of a fan. And I love road course racing. A couple weeks ago, you guys had the ARCA series at Lime Rock, and because it was a road course, I jumped in it with them, and I ended up finishing fourth. I know Zach Wetstein kind of almost lapped the entire field, but it was a fun race.
Yeah, this one I missed. I really wish I could have caught, but I can't remember what I had going on.
It looked like Kyle Roberts was taking a peek to the outside, but he tucks back in line.
Yeah, that's a surefire way to go from the front to the back here right now.
As we ride along with Kyle here, you can see how much these cars really do move around here. Great look at the back bumper of the 48.
The best cars to drive at this track are the 87 Cup cars with no restrictor plate. Just
oh, I love it.
Wide open. There's nothing like doing a four-wheel slide through the tri-oval at 210 miles an hour while the car in front of you is in a four-wheel slide as well.
We do see Jason Lottridge here. Jason Lottridge running the 48 on your screen. He's actually the 29 on the ticker. And I do believe
possible miscommunication with numbers.
And I do believe I saw the Intensity logo on the side of that car. Which, if that's the case, yep, I see the Intensity logo right there. And the E-Racing TV up there as well, which we do appreciate the love and support. And for those of you who are new, the eRacing TV is the new, it's a Roku and Amazon Fire app that you can add and watch your racing live on the big screen instead of watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Although we do appreciate you watching us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe here. As we got a couple cars now trying to break out from the pack here. Looks like Josh Lokovitz, and I believe that's Eric Burkhalter trying to work something here. Is Chris Dedman, the coach, is coming up on the lap car of Gene Watkinson.
And they're going to go high, work around him. That's
Oh!
Big wobble from Coach. Still wobbling. Gets it gathered back up.
And I don't think, I think there's a miscommunication right there between the two of them.
Honestly, I barely caught what happened. I was more focused on the rest of the field getting around Gene. But, yeah, that was a big wobble.
And that's actually going to break up the field a little bit. So you see these guys trying to get around Watkinson. You see Josh Lokovitz and Charlie Elmore going 3 wide around Jason Lotridge, who's just falling back right now. Also, the 33 of Josh Thompson, part of that as well, as now Gene gets down onto the apron out of the way. You know, as the leader, I usually don't care where the lap car goes, as long as he holds his line and just, you know, stays where he's at. I've always been, every single driver's meeting I've ever been in real life, they've always told you just stay down, stay out of the way, you know, and as long as you hold your line, you let the leaders have to get around you.
Yeah, about every driver's meeting I've ever been to, they usually start off with the famous words of motocross is an inherently dangerous sport. If you don't have insurance, load up and go home now.
So you see the 5?
And we practice our colors and...
See the 5 of Brent, was that Grunwald? Is that how you say that?
Yes.
Brent Grunwald. With Joaquin Meza right behind him. And Joaquin's been running the Outlaw series, if I'm correct. I haven't seen him in the late night series.
The head honcho down there for season 2. Him and Michael Swink and Phil Manzo are going to head up that operation. And Joaquin's coming back over to the Rebels.
That's awesome. As you see this this group here falling away from the leaders here. They're about 2 seconds behind the leaders, but making some work up here.
I hear a lot of guys coming over race comms saying they are pitting, so those guys who stayed out are running, cutting it close on fuel.
As you see a couple of Tia Swank now hitting pit road, and I will put up the pit. So I can find my pit lane. There it is. To show who's on pit road right now, as we see Tia Swank and Eric Burkhalter on pit road. The time you see is not their pit stop time. That is their time on pit road. And now that when the pit is flashing, that means that they're on the way to their pit. When the pit is solid, that means they're in their pit, and then their time will pop up there as they get rolling. As you see Tia Swank with a 15-second stop. Burkhalter 16-1. Philip Manzo on the pit road. Here comes a couple more cars on the pit road. See Joshua Thompson, Charles Stevens, Jason Lotridge all hitting pit road along with Josh Oswald. And behind them we see Matt Geis, Christopher Derrick, Mickey Isaac all hitting pit road as well. So these guys kind of pitting as groups here, which is kind of what you want to do. You never want to be on pit road alone. Christian Dedman leaving pit road as we speak. That's going to give the lead to Patrick Drabick, who right now is on the track on an island by himself. Joaquin Meza, again, a great push from Fry Hubbard, and they're just going to swallow up Patrick Drabick in a minute. You can see the speed differential between them. And Lokovitz trying to work that high side.
Yep, two Dark Horse motorsports guys hooked up. That's one thing we really like to do over there at the Dark Horse is get hooked up in a line at these super speedways. Whether we're going forward or going backwards, we always run nose to tail. Charlie Elmore in that good-looking Old Dominion freight service machine. It's always good to rep your employer of your race car.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see, looks like Garrett Kinder going a lap down here. Not something we're used to saying. I don't think I've ever said that in my career here at Intensity. Garrett Kinder going a lap down. But there it is. But as soon as green flag pit stops cycle through here, he'll be right back on the lead lap. Also, for the first time in my career, Alex, I had something different happen. I was interviewed last night by Garrett Kinder and Zach Wettstein. And usually it's the opposite, the other way around.
Oh, how the turntables.
For sure. Last night in the Losers Lounge at Michigan. Awesome race, not just because I finished on the podium, but overall it was an awesome race from start to finish. And if you haven't checked that one out, you can check that if you visit our YouTube or our Facebook. Those videos are going to be up there for you to rewatch any races from the last 60 days. I know our YouTube does not get a race, but I believe Facebook's every 60 days they do a refresh. So if you're looking for a race that was older, go ahead and check it out on YouTube as Josh Lokovitz now and Charlie Elmore to the lead.
Getting out there collecting them proverbial bonus points, and I see those boys coming down.
And right behind him, Fry Hubbard. And Kyle Roberts trying to get latched on here as well. Oh, I take that back. That's not Kyle Roberts behind Fry Hubbard.
That is Jeff the Biplane Osborne. His ultra ego.
That one took me a second to figure out. I like that.
There's like 6 different variations of it.
As your leaders are coming up on another pack here of drivers, and those drivers would right now be the tail end of the lead lap, I do believe. That is correct.
These guys did go down to caution, I believe so, correct?
Yeah, Gary Wright back there. Let's see, who else is here? Let's see, Tia Swank. Yeah, so these guys are on the very, very tail end of the lead pack. Tia Swank, Joshua Thompson, Jason Lottridge. See Mike Veith in there as well, and you see just Josh Lokovitz and Charlie Elmore just sucking right up to these guys and getting a great run, and that's what that draft will do. As we're crossing lap 42 of 75.
It's gonna be it's gonna be tough for these leaders to navigate these lap cars, especially when they're in a big pack like this.
You know, if I'm Josh Lokovich, Charlie Elmore, those guys right there, I'm content running right there. You know, you're having someone else leading and burning that extra fuel. I would actually kind of try to tuck in on the bottom line and just kind of hang out back there. Steve Lovin says good racing so far, Steve. It has been. We've only had one yellow, and that came out on lap number, I believe it was 10 or 12. And then we had Mike Veith have some issues by himself, which did not bring out the caution. Those have been the only two on-track incidents today. And then we also had the technical difficulties, which, again, I do apologize for. It does happen. But we're back live and racing here. And, yeah, Josh Lokovitz and Charlie Elmore are still trying to run that high side. And, you know, again, as a super speedway guy, I don't like to see that. I'd rather just kind of sit in line and burn the least amount of fuel. That way you have to have you'll have a faster stop there at the end.
Yeah, but you just gotta find a hole to get down there though. They don't really have that opportunity quite yet.
They can get a little help here from the 14. They might be able to sneak down in front of Mike Veith, who I thought was coming to pit road there, but he was just tucking out for a second.
He might have something messed up in his wheel because he's been wiggling more than most people.
Speaking of wiggling, you can see how much these cars really move around down that backstretch in the draft.
The only thing worse than that is the Lego brick they call the Camping World truck.
But I give a lot of credit to iRacing, doing a real good job partnering with NASCAR to do things beyond what I ever thought would ever happen here on iRacing. So for someone like myself, who's been on the service for 11 years, if you would have told me that iRacing would have a big part in developing NASCAR tracks as well as developing the next gen car, I would have never believed you. Jason Ellison says cockpit view. Yeah, let's jump on board here with Josh Lokovitz. We'll jump on the roll bar here, and you'll be able to see just how much the car moves around without him moving his wheel. It looks like he's one of those guys that's running an 8-to-1 steering ratio because he's really not moving that wheel at all to get through the corner. You hear him lifting there, and what he's actually doing there is he's trying to get that car behind him, the car of Charlie Elmore, to his back bumper so that they can get going. And that's one thing you have to do now with this new draft is you actually have to lift a little bit to try to get that car to your back bumper to get that push.
79-20 coming down this time. Coming down as well. 07 come across the radio saying they're pitting. 14 pitting this time by. Pit road's about to be real busy. Give a chance to get these guys get their lap back.
Oh, Lokovitz almost loses it again on pit road. I don't know if he got it woed down enough. He might have been speeding a little bit coming out of pit road. I actually want to rewind this just a little bit. I want to see his speed coming onto pit road because he broke really late. If you look in your bottom left, oh no, it's not gonna let me see that down there. But man, he did not look like he was down to speed there.
I can take a gander at it.
That's going to give a lead to the 48 of Alan Warnecki.
Oh, he got her woed.
He did.
Got her woed.
It was close, I'm sure.
Pit road speed is 55. He entered at 51.
It's so easy to do here, especially Talladega. I think Talladega's pit road is harder to get onto than Daytona's.
My problem is between running Daytona and Talladega is the 5 mile an hour speed difference on pit road.
Here comes Alan Warnecki onto pit road. And that's going to give the lead back to Josh Lokenvitz as he comes around here. And him and Fry Hubbard are hooked up. Charlie Elmore, though, not even close. It's Kyle Roberts, Brett Gunwald, and Patrick Drabeck are just going to heat up Charlie here. And now they're
going
going
to have a 2-car tango with 25 to go.
And unfortunately, even though they're in line like that, 2 cars cannot create the speed that 3 cars can. And 3 cars cannot create the speed that 5 cars can. If you look behind, you see Jason Lottridge leading this group of Charles Stevens, Josh Thompson. The coach back here as well. Coach is actually a lap down. I believe Coach is the first car a lap down.
Yes.
And
Kinder about to go down pit road, gonna shortstop it to get enough to make it to the end, which looks like.
Gene Watkinson here having some issues. Saw him really slow on pit road, and Garrett Kinder, as you've just mentioned, coming onto pit road as well.
Missed his pit box. Old Mean Gene is he's an elder in the league.
It doesn't seem like he's having a very good time tonight, unfortunately, but being 4 laps down, being scored in last place momentarily. But here comes Kyle Roberts here with a big run. He's going to pick up Fry Hubbard. He was trying to go to the high side. Fry jumps up there to take his energy away. You have Soul Girl 93 saying, "Let's go 13." Rooting on Garrett Kinder here, who's currently on pit road, off of pit road now, trying to work some strategy here. As you see Kinder about to go a lap down here.
Yeah, he's going to move high and let the cars, the leaders go by.
And the best thing that can happen to him right now is he can dive down low behind Lokovitz and get their draft so he can stay up here with this group.
Yeah, and try to get that lucky dog. I'm not exactly sure where Coach is.
Well, Coach is in the group right behind him, pushing Jason Lottridge. So if Kinder, which he looks like he lost that draft from that group in front of him now, which isn't going to be good for him, because now he's just on an island by himself, as I say. Helpless feeling right here.
Josh Logovich just barely in the draft, able to stay with these top guys.
Yep. You can see from Kinder's front bumper here, that group of cars getting smaller and smaller. And this group of cars back here getting bigger and bigger. And that's not what he wants to see.
As I look around the track, it's back to pretty well single file.
Yeah, a couple of distinct groups, and that can happen here at super speedways. Some guys are really good at getting onto pit road and good communication, and they can get on and get off and kind of dominate the race, which you're kind of seeing right now from Fry Hubbard and Kyle Roberts, Patrick Drabeck, Brent Grunwald, Josh Lokovitz back here. As I mentioned before, I knew these guys were the super speedway guys to watch out for, and they're showing it right now. As we're coming to 23 laps to go here. Jacob Ellingson says on YouTube, have to go to work now. Them Goat Locker racing boys need to bring it home.
Them Goat Locker boys are going to need a caution to get these guys re-racked and restacked here. Maybe somebody needs to lean on the caution button.
Well, you know, somebody like Garrett Kinder right now who has actually lost the lucky dog spot to both Coach and Mike Uribe.
Yeah. If I were one of them guys, I'd be chucking every piece of roll bar padding I could reach out the window, trying to get that debris caution.
Yeah, so as it sits right now, Magic Mike is actually the lucky dog. Which, if the yellow came out right now, guys like Coach and Kinder would be swearing. As the yellow comes out!
The yellow comes out. Ooh, Josh Smith slow and smoking.
Yeah, that's who crashed. We got it pulled up on our wreckage rewind right here. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened. Coming down the backstretch, and it looks like, yep, just a bump draft gone wrong.
Big hit.
Takes that long slide to the inside wall, over on his roof, and tries to get it going, but pulls up above that yellow line right there, and stops.
That's what brought the caution. Is he was stopped above the yellow line.
You know, I don't think race control is going to take too kindly to that.
I'm not exactly 100% sure if it was on purpose, but just kind of where it came to rest.
But this shakes up a lot of things. Now, one thing we know is Garrett Kinder's good to the end. So he can go ahead and take that wave around and get back on the lead lap, even though he's not the lucky dog. Magic Mike's going to get the lucky dog here. And, excuse me, I'm not sure. Let's take a look, see if I can see when Dedman last pit.
I foresee the leaders going in.
And Dedman last pit on lap 36, Kinder on 48, Magic Mike on 46. So Magic Mike's going to get that wave around for the lucky dog, and I think Kinder's just going to stay out.
I mean, there's no reason for Kinder to go in. He's already topped up and ready to go to the end, I believe.
Fry Hubbard also pit on lap 46. So maybe he's not going to be able to take. Yeah, it looks like not a lot of takers on the pit road here.
No. A lot of these guys came down to that first caution or ended up being good on fuel.
So in the back here, you can see pit road, a busy place for a lot of drivers. And we do see Coach on pit road. I thought Coach was a lap down. I might have been wrong about that. Because if he came in and pit... I'll have to keep an eye on that. But up front, still got Fry Hubbard. From Chatsworth, Georgia. Driver the 14. Having a great showing up here in the finale here of the Superspeedway King Series.
Yeah, but it's inside 20 to go. And they're all stacked back up. The intensity just went up a couple notches.
For sure, and Steve Loving says, do it for Dale. Always got to do it for Dale.
Dale ain't dead. He's just a lap ahead, boys.
So let's take a quick rundown through our field here. We got Fry Hubbard. Wow. Sitting up here in first place. Kyle Roberts back in second. Brett Grunwald in third. Patrick Drabick, your fourth spot. And Josh Loganvitz sitting back in fifth. Joaquin Meza in sixth, with Charlie Elmore rolling back in seventh. Spencer Gay in eighth. Alan Warnecki in ninth, and Brandon Wallace are going to round out your top 10. Then Jason Lottridge in 11th. Charles Stevens in 12th. Josh Thompson in 13th. Josh Oswald in 14th. Jamie Barkus, round out your top 15. Eric Burkhalter, 16. Tia Swank at 17. Matt Geiss in your 18th spot. Todd Schott, 19th. And Adam Lang is going to round out your top 20. Rich Yeoman, Christopher Derrick, Magic Mike, Garrett Kinder, who's is a lap down currently. He's going to be going to the back of the field here as looks like the lights on the pace car are off.
Yeah, we're not too far from going green. I foresee the cautions start to pick up from here because inside 20 to go, that's when things start getting a little dicey.
I was just double checking there. That does say that Kinder is currently a lap down. He is the first car lap down. He's going to be your lucky dog. He's going to be battling out with Matt Clemon, Mickey Isaac, Christian Dedman, Gary White, and Phil Manzo. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night here on Intensity Broadcasting. We're going to be broadcasting the iOS Pro Series, ARCA Pro Series. And then Tuesday night, we're going to start with the iOS Cup Series. And in a couple weeks, we're going to start running a super late model series just before the iOS Cup that you can currently catch right now on eRacing TV. And we're going to be picking that up in a couple weeks. And then the truck series on Wednesday night. Dirt on Thursday. Xfinity on Friday. Man, it's a good lineup. So check us out. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Hit those buttons. Let us know you like what you're seeing. And, yeah, we appreciate it. Also,
yeah, actually on Monday nights, you can also catch myself and our colleague Matt Knights on the Call the Short Track Super Series.
That's correct.
For weight models at...
oh, pace car pulls off, and Fry Hubbard hits the gas as soon as the pace car gets below the yellow line, and that caught a lot of people sleeping right there. It even caught me sleeping.
Yeah, that was wild.
I have never seen that early of a start at Talladega ever.
A lot of people just got black flags because Patrick...
Now, I know you got the race control on. Are they clearing these black flags for these guys?
Looks like they did, but I don't think those should have been cleared because that put Patrick Grbic all the way back to 11th.
He's falling back. He's back to 16th. And Fry Hubbard now getting swallowed up by Kyle Roberts and Charlie Elmore on that high side as those two had a great run. Here comes the 22 of Spencer Gay to join the party, along with Alan Warnecki. Alan Warnecki is a guy we usually hear about on Tuesdays and Wednesdays in the iOS series, but he's made his move over to the Rebel series as a couple other iOS guys. And they're showing their muscle here tonight.
Yeah, he's been bad fast since he's come over.
Also know Greg Froelich, another one that's come over from iOS. Now the pack's starting to catch back up here, and we're about to see some... I think Joaquin Meza just had some issues because he just pulled down to the bottom down there and just towed. Not really sure what happened there, but we're 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 here through the field. Garrett Kinder hanging on to the back of his pack. Brandon Wallace down on the apron. Looks like he's trying to get to the back here. As Garrett Kinder right now just hanging on the back of this pack. 3 wide here. The outside of Brandon Wallace and Tia Swank. And as the lucky dog here, he's just trying to stay clean. I know Coach is actually far back from him right now in his own little group here. So if I was Garrett Kinder, I wouldn't be trying to race with this group up here. I'd be hanging on to the back of this pack here in case these guys were to wreck, to keep yourself clean so you get that lucky dog.
Yeah, because it's not too far from getting real hairy real quick.
We've got 14 laps to go. Anything can happen. 14 laps is a long time around this 2.66 mile oval.
I tell you what I do like to see. I see 2 dark horse boys. My boys are running 1-2. And those two will control a line together. And that's one thing I like about my team is we may not be the fastest guys in the field, the flashiest guys in the field, but we work together extremely well. If you go back and watch previous broadcasts and long green flag runs, you'll always see us pit together and stay on the same strategy.
And a lot of times it works for you guys too, as we've seen many times in the truck series, as we got this little drone cam going again. And you can see just how much these guys are moving around right now. Especially in the corner. If you're on that outside line, you do not want to see that car on the inside wiggling or moving around like that. Here, Jason Lotridge having to do a lot of lifting there, as Eric Burkhalter was just wiggling and all over the place in front of him. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see these cars moving around so much. And super speedway racing's a lot like a chess match. You're just trying to, kind of almost trying to guess what that car in front of you is going to do.
Yeah, and you got to guess what they're going to do about a half second before they do it. Odd analogy that just kind of came to me.
Oh, it's absolutely
Racing plate races is like a cornerback playing man-to-man coverage on a wide receiver.
It's absolutely true. Because all you can do is anticipate what that guy in front of you is going to do and make sure that you guess the right way. And typically when you run a short track or, you know, a mile and a half or something like that, you're looking at the next corner and at the guy in front of you. When you run a super speedway race, you're looking 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in front of you and trying to figure out what position you can put yourself in to get past them.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't see that far because of that huge rear spoiler.
This is very true. As we see Kyle Roberts right now, him and Josh Oswald just kind of falling to the back. You see Matt Geist there, the last car on that low line. And
what I like to do is pick a spot on their bumper and pick a bug on my windshield and keep those two lined up and hope to God they check up if the occasion arises.
Yeah, as we're coming to 10 to go here, and I'm really surprised to see the field so single file right now. We see Kyle Roberts and Josh Oswald keep tucking out a line, trying to make something happen, but they're just not able to. Got one car hitting pit lane. That's Matt Klemkin. Or Clemen. Sorry. And now, looks like Kyle Roberts and Josh Lukovitz might have, or not Lukovitz, excuse me, Josh Oswald might have something going on that high side.
Yeah, trying to entice some more guys to jump up there, but looks like no one's gonna take it.
Looks like now they've got a couple up there.
More and more coming. As your Bick jumps up. Kinder up there as well. Matt Guy's up there as well. About 4 or 5 cars up top.
And that's what they need. Brandon Wallace on the tail end of this, trying to get to the back bumper of Josh Oswald. As we see the Jason Longridge keeps kind of hinting that he wants to go up there and then dropping back down onto the low line. I'm trying to see if he's trying to lure or bring that line to him so he can jump up there and steal that energy and get himself to the front.
Yeah, Barkus and Jerbick leading that high line.
And Kinder mixing up in the middle there, and as I said, he's the lucky dog right now. He doesn't want to get involved in anything. Even a 1X or a 0X can take away that lucky dog from him, just any kind of contact. So iRacing will think he was involved in the wreck and take that lucky dog away. So I'm kind of surprised he's up here mixing it up, but he could be just trying to help out his boys in the Reaper Racing team. You see Matt Geis right there.
Yeah, that high side's creeping up further and further up through the field. Now, when that high side gets to the back bumper of Mr. Hubbard, do you think he takes it, or do you think he rolls the dice and stays behind these guys?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, Fry Hubbard, we've seen the aggressiveness he's kind of had all race long. I think he might jump up there. Depends.
I do not foresee the 20 and the 79 leaving the bottom anytime soon.
Saw the 88 jump up there in front of a second. That's Charles Stevens Jr. Jumped up in front of.
So now we're not going to go through. I thought we were going to go through wide for a second.
And that little check up there, the 88 caused that high line to fall back. Now, I don't know if Kinder's been listening to the broadcast, but he did exactly what I thought I would do, and he's fallen to the back of this group, trying to keep himself in a safe position in case something was to happen here with 6 laps to go.
6 laps to go. Chaos and destruction is on the horizon. We just don't know where yet. Or I could be surprised and this could go green, but
been a relatively clean race so far tonight. Oh, we got Kyle Roberts gets a tag from Tia Swank. He's able to hold on to it, man. It is not easy to hold on to a car like that at 200 miles an hour.
Code Brown.
As Matt Knights would say, that is pucker factor Zulu right there.
Somebody just had to say pucker today, didn't they?
They did. Well, we haven't talked about food yet tonight, but we got 5 laps to go. And now...
Well, I did spend about the first 5 laps scarfing down myself.
Well, there you go. But now things are starting to get dicey. People going from the high side to the low side, making all sorts of aggressive moves.
Oh, big wiggle. The 88 of Charles Stevens got really out of shape back there.
Now we're seeing some 3 wide in the back here.
That's not what they need going. They need to double them up because no one's going to be able to get there and challenge if they're 3 wide back there. Matt Geis ripping the wall. Garrett Kinder close in tow. Hanging her out high, wide, and handsome, as they say in the dirt world.
Yep. Yeah, 3 wide back there in the back of the field. And as you said, that's not what you want to see. Here you see Josh Oswald trying to get to the middle lane now. Uses the side draft a little bit. Oh, Stevens gets a little loose there again. Alex, we got just 3 laps to go here as they cross the line.
Yeah, it's a little. I got a little extra skin in the game right now. I got my 2 teammates, so I'm feeling real nervous for those guys. I really want them to bring it home.
And we can see the runs that these guys are getting down the backstretch and the checkups that are happening. Big push for Kyle Roberts from Josh Oswald. Oh, wiggle out of Josh Oswald.
Yeah, I got real dicey back there for a hot second.
We're looking from the camera on top of the spotter box here. This is what the spotters would see here at Talladega. As they're coming across the line here for 2 to go.
And here comes that high side. They're to the door of Fry Hubbard. Charlie Elmore's going to have to suck up to the back bumper of that 79 and not get off of it and hope she don't blow.
Alan Warnecki working that high side. Get a great push.
That good side draft off the 14.
Yep, get a good push there from Kyle Roberts as well. And have to see if Warnecki can make something happen.
Up to the back bumper of the 79, going into the 3 and 4. Hope he gets a good run coming onto the tri-oval.
Oh, some contact.
A good push.
Contact between the 48 and the 88 back here. Sorry, that's not the 48. It's 29. Jason Lottridge.
14 looking to the outside of the 20, but he doesn't quite have the help yet. White flag. Next flag ends it. Lokovich still your leader. Door to door, Elmore and Hubbard. Lokovich out too far by himself. Warnecki.
Oh, they go round.
Run it to the flag. Your 4 survivors are Lokovich, Elmore, Hubbard, and Gay. They're going to line them up. Oh, it's chaos and destruction. Death and anarchy in their tails.
But again, the start-finish line is way on the other side of that tri-oval. Does anybody have a run? Oh!
Right. It's down to Stevens, I believe.
And it's
88. Charles Stevens. Come back from 9th. Lokovich wins it. Charlie Elmore second. Dark Horse 1-2.
Man, that was a wild finish.
Charles Stevens third.
Let's see if we can see what happened on the backstretch here. There's a lot of chaos. Oh, it looks like Kyle Roberts up into the side of Warnecki. And that's just going to wipe out the entire field right there. Looks like Kyle Roberts might have had a little bit of help here. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, it looks
like Kyle checked up for Warnecki and
Garrett Kinder getting through this one down on the bottom. And man, that'll be a view to see right here as we go on board.
If you go live real quick to Lokovich, the guys are sitting there waiting for him to finish his burnout so they can celebrate Rebel style.
So then we had a second crash. Involving Fry Hubbard. Looks like the 22 just got loose and got up into Fry Hubbard. It was the 22 of apologize, I'm not sure who that was. Spencer Gay. And looks like he just got loose coming off the corner here. Yep, that's exactly what happened. He got a little loose and caught Fry Hubbard. But your winner, Josh Lokovich, who is now Still doing burnouts and engine smoke at the same time. What a wild finish, Alex.
Yeah, Pepper needs new shorts.
We take a look at our unofficial results here. Logan Vitz, Elmore, two Dark Horse Motorsports drivers finishing 1-2. Charles Stevens on the podium in third for Big Fish Motorsports. Then Brandon Wallace and Brendan Grotwald round out your top five. Spencer Gay limps it home in six. Josh Oswald, Jamie Barkis, Fry Hubbard, and Joshua Thompson make up your top 10. As we get ready for our top three to enter our waiting room for some interviews here. Because, man, there's that'll be quite the interviews here.
We got Charles. We got to wait for Charlie and Josh.
Let's pull Charles in first, since he's third place. Charles, you got Josh and Alex in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
Man, coming to the after the white flag there, you're sitting back in ninth place, and you saw the hell, the best way to put it, unfold in front of you, and both wrecks there. How did you take that last lap? What was going through your mind there?
Well, basically, I didn't want to leave that bottom line. For some reason, with this aero package, the top line could never get formed up and get a run. So a couple of people jumped up and just fell like a rock. So I didn't want to leave that bottom line. And a couple of the leaders there jumped up, and I gained them positions down the end. And then the big one happened, and thank God I wasn't caught up in it.
Yeah, you know what to say. It's better to be lucky than good. You were kind of in that middle of the pack, kind of biding your time, and it looks like it paid off for you.
Yeah, like I said, Spencer was in front of me there. My teammate, he was one car ahead of me. And he went to go high, and it just didn't work out for him. Like I was saying with the aero package, it was hard to get that top line going. But yeah, I just played it safe, and like I said, just stuck to that bottom line. And like I said, it's like you said, it's sometimes luck is better than something, I guess.
For sure. Well, congratulations on the third place finish. Anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs you want to give tonight?
Just my team with Big Fish Motorsports, Logan, Spencer, Jason, not Jason, Chris, and I forgot his other name. But other than that, my wife and son, and yeah, for them letting me do this every weekend.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on third place. First time I've talked to you, and hopefully we'll talk to you a bit more as the season starts back up.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys in the booth, man.
That was Charles Stevens. Let's bring in Charlie Elmore, who finished in second. Charlie, you got Josh and Alex in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir, Josh. How you guys doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing pretty well, but not as well as you guys are doing. You Dark Horse Motorsports guys had that thing locked up tonight, figuring it out there at the end and able to bring them home 1-2. I know Alex was rooting for you guys for obvious reasons, but man, that last couple laps there was quite exciting up here in the booth. How was it for you guys down on track?
And it was awesome. First of all, thanks to Alex. He put together probably, I'm a little biased, the best team in this league. I mean, all of us always work good together. When you got a guy like Josh Lockenvitz in front of you, I mean, it's really easy. I mean, he done a heck of a job. We had a little miscue on pit road, let Hubbard get in between us, but we was able to sort it back out on that last caution. But yeah, man, it feels good. This is a good deal.
Yeah, and I did see you guys kind of get separated there on pit road. I got a little nervous because I know how well we work together as a team, especially when we get lined up. I've seen you wreck the whole field before you let somebody pass you.
Well, I wasn't going to do that tonight. Don't think that wasn't going through my mind with 2 laps to go. I was kept thinking to myself, stay square on his bumper, stay square on his bumper. And Brian, them guys, they was kind of laying back off of us a little bit, and I was trying to lay back off Josh. They couldn't get that big of a run, and 2 laps to go. It's kind of every man for himself. When I seen that last car spin behind us, I said, "It's you and me, Josh," and I just couldn't run him back down.
Well, great job, second place finish. I know you're happy with that. Any shout you want to give? Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Oh, well, of course, Logan Sturgeon, Matt Geis put together this league. Like I said, Alex, my opinion, put together as far as getting along, best team in the league. Thin Blue Line, everybody that helps us out, all of our new sponsors. I mean, this is a big deal right here. This is awesome.
For sure, Charlie. And again, it's great to have you here with a great runner-up finish. And I know as team, it feels like a win for both of you. So again, congratulations to you. And I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
I sure hope so, Josh. This feels good. Congratulations, my teammate Josh. Thank you, guys.
And finally, our winner tonight, Josh Lokovich. Josh, you got Josh and Alex in the booth. Too many Joshes around here tonight. You got us.
I got you. And there's never too many Joshes. That's a hell of a first name.
Oh, I'll tell you what. On Friday nights, it gets kind of confusing because I think there's like 5 of us in there.
That's a good problem to have. So
That's
I'll
true.
take it.
Well, congratulations with the win tonight, man. Awesome job. Like I just told Charlie, I know Alex was up here rooting for you as well. You guys had that strategy kind of on lockdown and teammates sticking together there to finish 1-2. Did the race go exactly how you were hoping? Was the strategy changed throughout the race with those yellow flags coming out late?
Yeah, and the yellow flags definitely threw a mix into it. But I'm not sure if Alex has told you or not yet. But here at Dark Horse Motorsports, I mean, we just wake up in the morning and piss excellence. So, but no, I'm just kidding with that. But seriously, yeah, no, Charlie was pushing all night, and we worked really great together. And that was the plan all along. I was trying to get him to fight for it on the last lap, see if he could get me, but he put the team first. So thanks to him for that.
Yeah, I was really hoping you'd be the good teammate and pull over and let him get that first career win after I pushed you to that win at the last losers lounge.
Yeah, I thought about it, but we got Daytona knocked down. Now we got Talladega, so next time I can pull over.
For sure, man. Well, awesome run tonight. I think this is the first win I've been able to call for you here on Intensity. But anybody you want to shout out? Anybody you want to give thanks to tonight?
The league is huge. Matt, all the admins for putting this deal together. I can't believe. I mean, I think we're pushing, if not over 200 members now. We started out with, I think, maybe 15 of us. And that's within a year, maybe. So
yeah, we're coming up on a year in this fall.
Yeah, so I mean that's huge. We got Thin Blue Line on for the trucks. We got a ton of sponsors out there for the league. I don't even know who they all are, to be honest with you. But everybody that sponsors this thing, Alex for handling the team, and then of course Charlie for the push. We couldn't have done it if we weren't working together. So
yeah, it's good to see you guys can call better shots than I can call in the box.
Yeah,
well, we try. Then of course you, Josh, and you guys at Intensity for broadcasting this stuff, man. You guys do an awesome job, and it's great I go back and watch it after every race we're in. So
I appreciate that, man. And Rebels holds a little soft spot in my heart because you guys are the first league that I personally ever announced, and I got conned into doing this thing, and now you can see how much we've kind of blown up and how much you guys have blown up at the same as you just mentioned. You're close to 200 members and growing strong, and it's got to be some of the best league racing on iRacing for sure.
I think so. I just wish I had something for those guys on somewhere else other than a super speedway, but maybe we'll get there soon.
I totally understand and feel you on that, but yeah, we'll have to see. I know the season's starting up soon, and I know you're looking forward to it with the duels coming up in the Daytona race for the season. So hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, I sure hope so, man. Thanks a bunch, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, Alex, you kind of saw everything tonight. Saw a great finish. Saw a big wreck at the end, and for the most part, it was a very uneventful race. Very clean racing compared to what I heard the rest of the races have kind of been in this series so far.
Yeah, these plate races, they're not like you've ran an official plate race and a hosted session plate race where it's just chaos and destruction from the word go. Whereas this, Like this league, I feel like these guys they have enough respect for each other on the track that uh, it's like in NASCAR where the gloves don't come off till 5 to go, and we saw that tonight. The gloves didn't stuff didn't start getting real western until about 5 to go, and then even with it getting real sideways, it was still pretty clean.
For sure. And I hear your dog has something to
Yeah,
say about that as well.
Yeah, Hank is he's just running his mouth like Hank runs his mouth. The terrible twos, man, I swear.
I wonder where he gets that from.
He's a lab pup that's about two. He's gonna be 2 in August, and it's 10:30, and it's time to go potty.
Absolutely.
He's got to wait because I got to wrap this up.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to wrap it up right now as we saw Josh Lokovitz win the Superspeedway Kings finale here at Talladega Motor Speedway. Don't forget, if you haven't already, like, follow, subscribe on all 3 platforms, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Also, go ahead and give us a follow on Twitch if you're on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, and Tetsy Broad 1. I know Atman likes to put up polls and join the talk with the community when he can. And check out eRacing TV as well on the Roku and the Fire Stick. And Alex, do you have anything else you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
No. Next week, I believe, is the Daytona Duels, and then we roll into season number 3 here, the Original Rebels. It's going to be a good season, long season, tough battles, a lot. If the roster has been released for Rebels, is insane. A lot of fast guys, and even in Outlaws, there's a lot more faster guys. Like the racing this season is going to be insane.
You know, he wasn't in here tonight. I do want to just throw this one out. Charles Phelps has been
old Chuck Phelps. Yeah, he's come a long way.
He's been tearing it up. He was fast in the Losers Lounge last night. He's somebody I enjoy running around as well, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what he does this upcoming season. But that wraps it up here for Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night for dirt racing, and then the iOS ARCA series. And then join us Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the rest of the series. But I'm Josh Hall on behalf of Alex Veith, as Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.